Namaskaram, my name is Srilakshmi Nair. I'm a Montessori teacher trainer. Today I'm making this video for those children who are familiar with Hindi letters, who are familiar with swars and vyanjans, but they are not thorough with it. So as parents and as teachers, how can we help them? How can we aid them in learning these letters, Hindi letters more thoroughly? So first of all, using the Montessori card method, I have made few cards, flash cards with the vengeance, with the letters, Hindi letters. So I have made these using a thicker chart paper. Why I am using a thicker chart paper for the background, the sheet, is because as we know, like under 10 children, they will be using it often, like they will be using it multiple times for learning. So if we make it with just an A4 size paper, the wear and tear will be happening sooner. So that's the reason why we have to use a little bit thicker chart paper for making these flashcards. And I have used the alphabet cards which we get in any bookstall. You can ask for the Hindi alphabet chart, and I have stuck this on these cards, and make sure all the cards are in the same size. You can ask for some shops to cut these cards in the required size for you. So I've used one set of cards, flash cards with Hindi letters in it, and children are familiar with swars and matras, but they are not sure. So another set of flashcards I have made with the matra symbols. So with using these two cards, first method is, first make sure the child is able to recognize these letters. So you can show these flashcards which contains the letters first, and make sure the child is able to recognize the letters first. Once that is done, you can come to know which area, which letters or which set of letters the child is not thorough with, and you can focus on that area and help them out. And the second is like the matra symbols. You can show these flashcards with the matra symbols and ask the child to recognize these matra symbols. Once that is done, and once the weaker area where the child is not able to recognize few like ba and ma, sometimes it happens, or g and dh, if they are not able to recognize ya and dh, if these confusing words are happening, make sure they are thorough and point out what is the difference between ya and dha, or dha and g. All these letters, make sure they are familiar and thorough with the recognition of the letters. Once that is done, what we do in the second stage is, we take the first letter and we team the letter with the matra symbols. For example, we'll ask the child ka plus a. We'll ask the child to recognize like this, what sound it does. Ka. So this is ka, this is ka. Then we'll ask the second matra symbol, ki. Ka plus e, ki. So once after doing it in order, we will ask, team it up. We'll pick a letter, team it up with the matra symbol and go in order. So we are doing this with all the letters. Ka to ha. We have to go in order first. But then once that order is thorough in the child's mind, what the tendency what children does is they try to mug it up. So in Montessori card method, the second method is, we take the letter cards first and we shuffle the cards. People who are familiar with Montessori teaching will know how it is done. We'll shuffle the cards, shuffle it. We'll shuffle the cards nicely. Then we will go, like, pick, just now j has come for me. I have shuffled the letter cards first. First we'll go in order. Make sure the child is recognizing the letters and the matra symbols in order. Then we are shuffling the letter cards first. Then we'll pick up the matra symbol and go in order. J plus A. J, 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 J plus EG. That order we will follow. So remember, our letter card is in the shuffled form. The third method, card method, is we will shuffle the matra symbols card. We will shuffle this card and we will keep the letter card in order. And then we will ask the child. For example, the letter card is in order, right? So we will pick up K. Right now my card is shuffled because for the demo I shuffled the letter card. So for example, we'll pick up K, and remember our matra symbol card is shuffled in the third card method. So the shuffled card, we're shuffling it. Make sure nothing comes in that order so that the child can easily say it. So the letter card is in order, the matra symbol card is shuffled. K plus I, Kai, like that we will shuffle the matra symbol cards. So with this method, the children who are familiar with letters, Hindi letters, and the children who are familiar with the matra symbols, but they're not thorough with it. So we can cover it up. We can make sure they are thorough in all the way. First go in that order. Show them the flashcards, letter cards, flashcards, the matra symbol cards in order. Then you shuffle the letter cards. The matra symbol cards remains the same in same order. Then we will keep arrange the letter cards in order and we will shuffle the matra symbol cards. And remember, don't be in a hurry to teach your child. Go with the child's pace. Don't be in a hurry to show all the card presentations in one day. See, if you're making sure the child recognize the letters and the matra symbols, that is enough for the day or two. My recommendation is always go with the child's pace. Never be in a hurry to teach the child. Then it will get jumbled in his or her mind. So hope this video is useful. So because I'm getting a lot of requests from non-Hindi speaking families that their children are struggling in the Hindi classes, because mostly the Hindi teachers especially outside like Kerala or outside South India, like most of the schools, like it's a Hindi speaking teacher who comes to teach you Hindi. So like the non-Hindi speaking children are finding it a bit difficult to pick up with the pace which is happening in the classroom. So this video is made for those children who can recognize letters and matra symbols, but they are not thorough. They are like confused with like what goes with which. And as like you progress, bara khadi will come, and as you progress, like you need to write, and as children progress you need to read the textbook. So if you are thorough with these matra symbols and the letters and the sounds which they make when it is brought together, that means, in other words, barakhadi. I'm not using most jargons, like I'm using English, because this video is mainly made for non-Hindi speaking children and to help them out to be thorough with Hindi letters and matra symbols. Hope this video is useful. Thank you.